Hey guys, how's everyone doing today? So I just brought you the 5 things I like most about the new Acura TLX. And like I promised, I'm going to do the 5 things that I dislike about it, or things that might turn you away from buying one. Now again, everyone's going to have different experiences with their vehicles, but these are just the 5 that I find a little lacking. Like I said in my other video, I've really loved this car. I've had it 4 years now and it's been a great car. No issues with it really. But like anything, there's always some pros and cons to every vehicle out there. So again, these are my top 5. You're probably gonna have different ones if you own one. But to me, to find 5 things that if I could change, I would. But to me, none of these make it a deal breaker. I would still buy this car over again. So let me go ahead and share the 5 that I find to be a little off. So the first one is the small interior space. Now, this car is a big footprint. It's a big vehicle on the outside. It's bigger than the Accord that I came from, as far as the dimensions, the length, and the width. But the interior space is quite small, especially the rear leg room. I did a video probably a year back showing the back seat space. No, for me and my use, it's fine. It does have less legroom than the Accord for sure. The Accord is by far has the best use of interior space of a midsize sedan. But even the front interior space, it's a little tight. Like once you sit in the front seats, it gives it more of that cockpit feel. Now I like it. Like I said, I'm not a tall person, but if you're someone 6 foot or over, it might be a little cramped for you. And then if you have to haul people that are, similar size in the back, that's where it'll feel a little tight. But for me, my family, my kids, it's plenty of space. You can haul 5 of us in there if we need to. But like I said, if you're looking for a ton of interior room, similar to the Accord, then you'd probably want to shop and stay with the Honda brand, because a lot of the Acuras are a little bit lacking compared to their counterpart from Honda. Now the second one is the gas mileage. Now this is over 4 years, so I get a pretty good sense of what it's going to get and what it's capable of. So if you do a lot of freeway driving, it gets really good mileage for what it is. I got 31 taking long trips on the freeway. Just cruising down, nothing crazy, staying up with this flow of traffic, even with the AC on. But if you just drive a lot of city, you'll probably average about 20 to 23 miles per gallon. And that's conservative. Now my car is broken in, I seem to average about 24. And that's doing a little bit of freeway driving and then mainly city driving. More stop and go and, stoplight to stoplight, that kind of stuff. But no matter how easy I drive with it, that seems to be where it likes to stay. About 24.2 is kind of average over the last few years even. And that's of course with premium gas. So if you're thinking, oh, it's a 4-cylinder, it's got to get really good mileage, it doesn't. Again, if you want something that gets better mileage, the Honda Accord kills this vehicle in MPG. It gets high 30s all the time, and in this city, like 28 miles per gallon. So again, if you're worried about gas mileage, I would stay away from this vehicle, because the gas mileage is subpar, and then you have to put premium in it as well. So all those add up. The third one is the price tag. Now, when I bought this vehicle in 2021, it had an MSRP of $48,000. Now I got a lot of money taken off, but that was when they were doing deals due to COVID and all that stuff. But now this same vehicle in 2025 runs $52,000, and they aren't doing that great of deals anymore, as you guys know. Half the time they put markups on them. So that's a high price, $50,000 plus for a sedan. But again, it comes down to what you're looking for. Like, to me, it has the higher refinement than the Honda does for sure. And I've owned Hondas my whole life, and it just gives it that little nicer touch. The fit finish is better. the sound system, the looks more aggressive. I mean, there's things that come with that price. But again, in the day, if you're just looking for a car that's reliable, gets great gas mileage, there's a lot cheaper options than spending $50,000 plus. Even in today's market, you know, the Accord, you can get a nice Accord for the mid 30s. So just something to think about. And the fourth one is the ground clearance. Now this thing, it's low just straight from the factory. I know people lower them, and I would never do that. I scrape this thing at stock height all the time, no matter how slow you go over certain things. If you pull up too far, it'll scrape the front, especially because I installed the Type S splitter on it. But it's something that you have to know when you drive it, going over bumps and things like that. Especially, I've noticed, even after it's windy and there's a few twigs in the road, and I come up on them and I think, oh, I can go over the middle of it, and it'll be okay. No, I do that, and you can still hear it hit underneath the car, and it's only sticking up maybe 5 to 6 inches. So it's definitely a car that, now that aids in the handling of it, I will say that. But as far as its everyday use, if you're driving up dirt roads all the time, or if you're going to snow, know that you're going to be scraping the bottom quite a bit. So it's one of the things, like I said, that's not a huge drawback, but it's something that I had to learn to drive a little differently, because in the Accord, I could run over the similar stuff and it wouldn't scrape. I never really scraped the bumper on it. And this thing isn't that case. It sits substantially lower, even when you look at it. It's only a few inches off the ground at stock height on the sides, because I put those new side spoilers on too. It makes it a tad lower. So just something to think about and consider where you're going to drive this vehicle before you make your purchase. And this last one kind of goes along with the poor gas mileage, but how heavy this vehicle is. Now again, this vehicle, if you want to compare it to the Accord weighs in around 3,300 pounds, where this vehicle is just a tick under 4,000. So you're talking about 700 more pounds, which is substantial in a sedan, and you can feel it. The most time I can feel it is when you take off. Compared to the 2.0 Accord I had, you have to give it a little bit more throttle off the line, where the Accord definitely felt lighter on its feet, a little bit more nimble. But then again, with this model, if you have the super handling all-wheel drive, in corners, you don't notice that weight because the all-wheel drive system really does an awesome job pulling you through the corners. But you definitely can feel it just driving around and making like a quick lane change. You can definitely feel the weight on this vehicle. So again, those are my top 5 things I would say I dislike about it. If I could change, those are the 5 areas that I would change a little bit. But again, none of those, for me at least, are drawbacks where I wouldn't buy this car over again. It drives great. It's been reliable. The sound system's amazing. It feels really planted on the road, and that's where the extra weight does help. Like driving on the freeway, it just feels planted. The wind doesn't really push this car all over the road. I am super happy with that. So again, I just wanted to bring you, in my opinion, the 5 downsides of this vehicle. If you guys have one, let me know in the comment section what you guys like and dislike about your car and what your thoughts are. Are you planning on keeping it for a long time, or is it giving you issues? I like to hear about it, because I do hear different stories from everybody with issues that they have. So I like to know what kind of problems, if any, that you're experiencing with yours. So I hope everyone's having a good day out there, staying safe. I appreciate the feedback as always. And I'll catch you guys on the next video. Thanks again, everybody.